Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to teach you guys the 5 easy steps to carving a cake. Regardless of what kind of cake you're carving, be it a car, a laptop, a bag, a shoe, a puppy, whatever kind of cake, these are the easy steps to carving a cake successfully. And towards the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys a bonus step that helps me get my carved cake perfect every single time.